Hey podcaster, it's Belle here, and what a show it was to kick off your week. We learned all about the dark web from an expert who has literally been on the dark web every day for 10 years. Fascinating chat if you've ever wanted to know about that. Liam also shared many of the things he still can't do as an adult. Plus, we got some pretty illegal calls from people stealing stuff from their work. Enjoy.
Live across Australia. This is Ben, Liam and Belle's
Late Drive on Nova.
13 24 10. You can remain anonymous for this. What are you currently stealing from work? There is a woman who unfortunately has been sentenced to 9 years in prison after she's stolen over $1 million worth of chicken wings from a school cafeteria that she works at.
That's a lot of chicken wings.
So it's just like over the years.
It's been a few years and they've now realised how much has gone missing. She started doing it during COVID and she hasn't stopped. And now she's given almost a decade in prison.
The fact that it took them that long to work it out and they know how much is missing, it's almost like there's been like a chicken wing sting happening over the last 4 or 5 years. Like there was like a undercover cop sort of like watching her go about her daily business. Now, I won't name names because it's unprofessional, but I worked with someone at Nova who stole some artificial turf. And I actually went to that, and I'm quite close with this employee, and I actually went to his house and I saw the turf. I saw the turf that he'd stolen
I
from
have
the workplace.
also seen this turf from this employee.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. I wonder if said employee knows like how much that turf would have been worth because it was good turf.
It was, lying around the Nova balcony.
That's
and it was
right.
good turf, and somebody that could be in this room right now did take some turf.
Moving on, 13 24 10. What have you stolen from work? 13 24 10. Give us a buzz. Emily in Sydney, what have you stolen from work?
When I was getting married, I stole 3 boxes of stamps for my envelopes and RSVPs because stamps are so expensive.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Over $300 worth of stamps.
Oh,
you know?
right. So it's quite the crime.
yeah.
No, you went all in. For
All
sure.
right, keep your calls coming through. 13 24 10. What have you stolen from work?
Anonymous from Brisbane. I see why you've not given us your name. What are you stealing?
Young Kings and Queen. I used to be a police officer, and when I quit, I held on to one set of the uniform.
Yeah.
Whoa. And
Dress up activities.
Yeah, but that's illegal though, right?
Yeah, they asked you to hand everything back, and I handed in all the real tasty stuff with the badge and all that on it. But I couldn't give back the uniform that can be used for so many good dress ups.
And do the tasty things that you have to hand back include the handcuffs, or did you take them too?
No, I was too afraid to hold on to those, unfortunately. So,
The
shirt and pants with the logos on them.
Good thing you got a spare pair at home, though.
All right. You're freaking the sheets. Jace in Sydney. What are you stealing from work?
Not anymore, but I worked on a site in Parramatta, and there was a lot of copper laying around, like little pieces.
Yeah, man.
But what happened, like I was there for about a year, so like in my backpack I take about 1.5 to 3 kilos a day.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year I went to pocket in. I had to do 2 trips in my ute.
Yeah.
It was almost $3,000 worth.
Oh, dude. how
$3
good's
grand
that?
worth?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, Jace. Yeah, back in my...
it was worth about $9 a kilo.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Back in my... that's gold on the work site. Back in my labouring days, given it wasn't very long. But I did catch wind that copper cutoff was actually quite valuable. So I spent most of my time picking up cans and also stripping copper.
Yep.
And I would also... You're actually worth more if you get the cabling and you just take all the rubber off it.
Yep.
And I was getting paid whilst I was making my extra money.
Jace, have you put your copper stealing days in the past, or if you see a bit, can you still not resist pinching it?
See, the funny thing is the first time I'd ever done it, and the lady that was serving me said, "Oh, you're a really good customer, but you need a license for this amount." I said, "So this is not my regular job."
Yeah, I feel like, Jason, you did it the worst way, because wouldn't you go over the course of a year and drop some off? Instead of doing 2 ute loads in one season, it's a bit sus.
That's how you show up on the radar. That's why it looks like you've been going into work sites and punching through the drywall and taking all the copper, for sure.
Anonymous in Melbourne, what did you steal from work?
Okay, so I stole a forklift and a pencil sharpener.
So yeah, one a little bit more serious than the other. Was that like a retaliation because work wronged you in some sort of way, or what happened?
No, so I was building my deck out the back, and it was in retaliation because my boss had said to me, look, you're not a very good worker, so I decided to, in retaliation, to steal the forklift and the pencil sharpener from his office.
What do you reckon he noticed? What do you reckon he noticed first?
The first thing that he noticed was the forklift was missing, and about a week later, he noticed that his pencil sharpener was missing.
Oh, right. So it was a prize. Yeah, you wouldn't have think that stuff was linked. Hey?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, now he's got the sharpener too. Bastard.
Belle, put the microphone back on the stand and get it out of your purse.
Mm-hmm. No, we've seen a few of these mics at Cash Converters, and we know it's you. Okay, take your mic sock off with your name on it first, okay?
13 24 10 on Nova. What did you steal from work?
Yeah, many Aussies are confessing for some reason tonight. Sarah in Sydney, what did you steal?
Anything to stop our hangovers. So I'm a nurse, and so IV bags, IV lines, the cannulas,
Wow.
the anti-nausea drugs.
Yeah, right. And obviously there's the stuff in the vials as well that you'll definitely go to prison if you steal. You don't steal them?
No, they're locked up.
Yeah. There's a few dodgy counts going on maybe at your workplace.
You know they're locked because you try to get in there, Sarah. Thanks for your call.
Anon, you're only 18 in the Gold Coast. What are you stealing from work?
So I work at Time Zone, and I've got about a stack of 50 arcade cards at home.
Oh, as in like the tickets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
50 isn't that many though, is it?
They've all got a whole heap of tickets on them.
Oh, they're the
I get
fancy modern ones where they're not the little paper ones anymore. You get
Right.
the card and then it loads
Yeah,
it on
I was
there.
like, dude, you can't even get a Milko for 50. Like that sucks. Like that's not even
I don't get a
good.
key read for that.
Are you saving up a certain amount of tickets to get something from the prize store on?
I'd like to.
What do you want?
Oh, too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of that slime or
Yeah, PlayStation 5.
They used to have PlayStations back in the
It's
day.
wild though. It's like, yeah, no one's ever getting that. It's like
4 billion tickets.
It's literally. Now, I'm sorry if you work for Times though, but it does feel like a little bit like getting kids into gambling when they're like, put another $5 in, Mum. We could get the PS5. It's like, nah, kid, you're leaving with debt and slime. That's what you're getting. Okay, this is the real world.
Anonymous in Melbourne, please tell us, what did you steal from work?
I worked at a medical centre for about 5 years, and over the time I stole at least 20, 30 boxes of Cialis for my dad, which is a type of Viagra.
Oh, interesting. So that's obviously a close relationship there with, you look after dad, you flick him a few blue beans.
Well, that's it, yeah. I'd let him know that we had reps coming in, and he said, do you get any blue pills? And I said, I'll have a look for you. And from that day on for 5 years, whenever he needed a top-up, it was... Can you hook us up?
How often was he getting a top-up?
I don't know, every couple of months. I'd get him a couple of boxes at a time, I suppose.
Wow.
What a mule. So Dad's obviously been putting in some work.
Was he a bachelor or
sure.
was he with your mum?
No, he had a long-term girlfriend, but I don't think they were all for use with her.
Right. Okay.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah. So Dad's just out doing damage across Melbourne. Okay.
And you're helping him.
Yeah.
Anonymous, we love your call. We're going to give you a $50 Uber Eats voucher.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Thanks.
Have a great night.
You too. Right now, we're about to do the thing that our boss keeps telling us not to do, but we do it anyway.
Right, we've turned the keys. We've opened up the forbidden folder, and tonight we want to know 13 24 10. Have you been on the dark web?
In the meantime, though, we are actually joined by Eileen Ormsby. She is a dark web expert. She's written books about it. She's basically been on the dark web every day for the last 10 years. Eileen, thank you so much for joining us. Firstly, what is the dark web?
It's like a parallel World Wide Web. So it's just really the name that we give to the websites that can't be searched for or accessed on the regular web, or what we might call the clear web. So to get to these websites, you need a special software. And once you've downloaded that, it'll open up a browser window that looks just like your normal browser window.
Yeah.
But the difference is that browser window can access websites that your normal browser can't access. So if you were to put that URL into the address bar of your normal browser, it'll just come up as page not found.
Is it like eBay for drugs?
Yeah, well, look, the main websites on the dark web are what we call the darknet markets, and they are literally like eBay or Amazon for drugs.
Wow.
You go on there and you see these pretty pictures of all these drugs that you could possibly pop into your basket. You pop them into your basket. You check out the feedback from people that have already bought them, and then you can buy those drugs and have them sent directly to your home.
Wow. It's crazy how they haven't been able to properly crack down on it. I mean, you sort of hear stories about weapons and stuff as well. Could you feasibly, in Australia, buy a hand grenade from the dark web, Eileen?
No, and not the average Joe. Like, if you had the right sort of terrorist connections and that sort of thing, then, you might use the dark web to do that. But you can't go and find a market where you can pop a hand grenade into your basket and have it shipped to you.
Okay.
Or if you did find it, it's someone scamming you.
Gotcha.
Now, Eileen, I imagine that if I logged onto the dark web, the police would come knocking at my door straight away and I'd be arrested. Is that what happens?
No, that's exactly why criminals use the dark web, is because, of course, law enforcement can hop on there and they can see all these drug deals taking place, but they have no way of tracking down the people on either side of those transactions.
Yeah.
There's nothing illegal about the dark web. The software, which you use to access it, was actually developed in conjunction with the US military to protect military secrets.
Really?
So there's a lot of good reasons for it. Whistleblowers use it to upload documents to make sure that they can't be traced back to them.
Right.
It's just that, like with any great tool, criminals will also know how to use it.
They've weaponized it.
Well, Eileen, thank you so much for your time this evening. We really appreciate it, and we've learned so much. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
We're talking about the dark web in the Forbidden Folder this evening. We're just joined by an expert. Like, we'll know about it, but it's like how do you get on it? Like, what's the deal? We've asked if you've been on it. Like, it is illegal, but call us up.
Jack, who does all of our videos here on Late Drive, he said he downloaded the software to use it, but he chickened out.
Well, I'm sure the police will be visiting you later on, Jack. We're joined now by Anonymous in Brizzy. You've been on the dark web.
Yes, I certainly have. I had an experience a bit like Jack. I was a bit scared, but had a couple of drinks, and then I kind of got the nerves to do it properly.
Yeah, right. And so, I mean, what did you see on there? Like drugs and guns and that sort of stuff? Or
Honestly, when I first went on, right, you go on the browser, and you think it's like this big marketplace where you can find everything. But it takes so long to figure out how to actually like find what they call onions, which is like the website. That it just takes ages to even find the right website to go on.
Are they called onions because ogres have layers? Like it's like a play on that? Like there's like lots of layers and it goes deeper and deeper, do you think?
Do you think the dark websters are under Shrek?
I don't know. I don't really understand it, Ben. This is just why I'm asking the question. Here's a question, Anonymous. You know how sometimes when you're just like on your computer at work or whatever, and you like hit the wrong key, and then that thing pops up on the side, and you're like, ugh! And
The
you're like,
coding window, and you're like, ah!
yeah, you peek into the matrix, and there's like all the inner workings of the computer, and you're like, get rid of that, get rid of that. Is that what it's like? Like, is it not? It's not like clean and easy to use like Google. Like it's all like codes and stuff, or
no, actually, if you just think of when you open like Chrome, and like it's just a blank screen.
Yeah.
That's what the Tor browser looks like. So you have to figure out like how do you start, because you can realistically visit any website on it, like Google or whatever.
Yeah.
But the whole point is to actually find the websites on the dark web. And like the way an onion URL looks, it's like a bunch of different like letters and numbers, and like it doesn't actually make sense.
So have you now got a couple of good onions that you can visit?
I've got them saved on some sticky notes.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure the AFP would also be quite interested.
I think mushroom risotto.
I reckon fish fingers.
Bangers and mash. Winner, pick their dinner.
Yep, we're about to call a random Australian, and if Bryson and Brizzy can pick what they're having for dinner, we're going to pay for his. What do you think they're going to have, Bryson?
I reckon it's going to be a potato and leek soup.
Oh, I mean, of all the soups, I mean,
Yeah.
you would think that's more of a niche one, but we'll see. I mean, it'd be a cool thing to win on. We've punched in the number now. Let's see. You'd be fuming if it was pumpkin soup, I tell you.
Hello.
Well, g'day there. It's Australia's quickest nightly game show. Winner, pick their dinner. You're speaking to Liam here from Nova. What are you having for dinner tonight?
Probably pie.
Pie?
What's in the pie?
Bacon and cheese.
Oh.
Beef bacon and cheese pie.
Oh, I mean, that does sound really yum, but we were hoping for potato and leek soup. What was your name, friend?
Scott.
Scott, well, mate, unfortunately we didn't get the win for Bryson, but you have a great night and you enjoy that pie.
Yeah, I will.
See you, mate.
See you, mate.
No good, Bryson. We had a belter call last week from Josh in Adelaide who told us about his drama at a dinner party.
I was at a dinner party one time with a friend of mine's brother, and he brought his girlfriend. She whipped around the side to have a cigarette. The window was open. She was on a phone call with a friend saying how much this guy's family sucks. And we're all sitting there listening to the whole conversation in silence. And then as she walks back in, my friend's mum said, so you think we suck, do you?
So good. 13, 24, 10. What did you overhear? Maybe it was a group of kids at school, brutal, and you never forgot it. Maybe it was, there's like a door was a little bit open at work and you walk past something and you're like, did I just hear that?
Didn't you have one a few months ago where you left work and you came back because you forgot your drink bottle and then everyone was talking about you?
Yeah, Belle was talking about me. Belle was having a bit of a bitch about me, being like, why does he rush off after the show's finished? And I was like, that's right, I forgot about that.
You went to buy some parsley or something from the supermarket nearby, then you came back upstairs.
He's like, I went to Coles earlier and I forgot the parsley, so I had to go back to the fridge to get it. And when I came back, Belle was having a bitch sesh to the producers, like, he just finishes the show and he's right. And I'm like, yeah, because I want to go home and have dinner. Like, work's done.
13 24 10 is our number. What did you overhear? Sarah in Adelaide, what did you overhear?
Oh, hi. Yeah, when I was hairdressing a few years back, I overheard my boss saying that he was going to fire one of my best friends that I've been working with for over, I think it was about 6-7 years.
Yeah. Oh, and did you say anything to the friend or what happened
It
then?
was tragic. I actually didn't know what to do. I was like pacing up and down going, what do I do? But I end up, put her aside and I end up telling her. And she basically resigned with a bang.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just threw some peroxide around the salon.
Yeah, she she just made it was fantastic. She made the biggest scene, walked in front of the clients.
Shaved their heads.
Yeah, just kicked a big pile of hair into a toddler having his hair cut done.
Sarah, thank you so much for sharing. 13 24 10 is our number. What did you overhear? 13 24 10. What did you overhear?
Lauren in Brizzy, what did you overhear?
Well, I overheard my husband catcalling some woman in the car as he was driving past with the tradie boys.
Oh, come on, man.
It went a little bit like this. Ahooga, ahooga. Look at the mammoth titties on that one, boys.
Well, that was worse than I thought, to be honest. I thought maybe it was going to be a bit of a wolf whistle, a little bit outdated these days. But
it was a beep, beep, beep first.
Beep, beep, beep. And then a wooga, much like a cartoon dog. What was it? Would you look at the...
Look at the mammoth titties on that one.
Wow.
Okay.
Lauren, where were you? How did you overhear this?
I was on a phone call to my husband. I thought that he had hung up the phone, but he hadn't. So I decided to listen in for a bit longer.
That's crazy.
And Lauren, did you give him a bit of a serve when he got home?
I hung up the phone. I called back in 5 minutes, and I repeated the exact words that I heard.
And were the other tradesmen still in the car?
They were.
Right. They would have felt like the FBI had caught them red-handed, you know?
I also, side note, would love to do 13 24 10. Women of Australia, what was the cat call? Like, that's crazy to me that people are still doing it. But if you got one and you want to name and shame them or just shame them, and you have a story to share, by all means, give us a buzz.
Dusty in Brizzy, what did you overhear?
It wasn't what I overheard, it's what I did. So, first of all, I love you guys at Nova. From Susan in the morning to you now, you make my day. But
thanks, Dusty.
Nah, that's all right. But I was a young manager putting somebody on a performance review. I typed it up, and then I went to play it back in Word, and then realised my headphones weren't plugged into my laptop, and the whole team heard how dreadful the staff member was, including her. I think that's when you feel like you want to die.
I'd imagine so. Especially the other person you're talking about probably felt like they wanted to die a little bit as well.
And obviously it stuck with you, Dusty, so much that you heard this topic and thought, yep, I absolutely
Yeah, and you're...
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what, Matt? Thank you so much, guys, for everything. I love you guys so much.
Geez, Dusty, thanks,
Dusty,
man.
maybe it's because you told a good story. Maybe it's because you've butted us up. But we are going to give you a $50 Uber Eats voucher.
Oh, get out.
No, it's all yours, Dusty.
Oh, thank you so much.
You have a great day, mate.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
13, 24, 10. What can't you do as an adult? Because there is hard things out there, like telling 24-hour time, for example. It's hard. And I think you're lying or you're in the military if you find it really easy and quick. And I don't want you to laugh at me, Ben and Belle, when I say the thing that I can't do. And I know most adults can do it. But
Which one are you choosing?
No, this is just one I struggle with. Like, I genuinely struggle with.
Can I have a guess?
Go for it.
Crack an egg.
No, I can crack an egg quite good.
I feel like
actually.
you couldn't crack an egg.
I
Can I have
crack
a
an egg.
guess?
Yeah, go, Bill.
Typing on a computer?
Okay, yeah, I'm a bit of a chicken pecker. Okay? All right, but it's neither of those things.
Stand up straight.
Okay, all right, yes, I need to work on my posture. No, I can't open child-proof bottles.
Like where you squeeze the top and open it.
Yeah. I find
Oh my
I
gosh.
find that so like my dog recently got attacked. That's another story. He's okay, but the medication that I needed to give him was in I don't know why because like it's not like the dog can open it, but it's in a child-proof thing. And when my wife would go to work, I was responsible for giving the dog the medication. I would be spending 3 to 4 minutes opening that. I'm like, there's something about the push and the pull and the twist
it's a
and
squeeze.
I don't know. I was
in.
trying everything. And I was getting to the point where I just wanted to get the knife to sort of just pop the lid because I was like, this is come on.
Yeah.
I mean, this is insane.
That is like stuff that like a 12-year-old
Yeah,
do that.
I understand. That's what I'm saying.
Well, God forbid you have a kid one day and you've got the child locks and the childproof everything,
Yeah,
and
I'll just
Liam's there like,
I'll be like stuck downstairs as well. I'm like, no, sorry guys, I can't come up. No, it's the child barrier.
Sean in Melbourne, what can't you do as an adult?
So I can't make doctor's appointments or any other sort of appointment by myself.
Yeah, as in you just find it hard to book them, or you find it hard going by yourself, or you just...
I straight up don't like talking to people on the phone, which is ironic because I love talking to you guys.
Oh, that's nice, Sean.
What about if you got to get dinner and let's pretend the apps don't exist and you got to call the pizza shop? Can you order a pizza?
I can, but it is difficult.
It's a thing, though. I get it. Jackie in Wollongong, tell us, what can't you do as an adult?
I can't use Glad Wrap without it getting all bunched up.
Yeah.
Glad Wrap
It
is...
makes me so mad. I can't figure it out every time.
It's a pain in the ass. Or when you pull the Glad Wrap off, and sometimes it comes with the thing with the red car on the top that cuts it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then you sort of when you start pulling it, and then when it gets caught, and it doesn't, and I'm like, there's literally a knife in here. This should just slice right through it. But then it gets bunched
But
up.
it's about tension, Liam. You got to pull the other side.
Yeah, but
and then
it's like that thing. The more frustrated you get, the more it's going to do it. It's like when you're angry and you try and put your seatbelt on, and it won't go, and it just makes everything worse. Nicola in Brizzy, you're an adult. You should be able to do this. What can't you do?
Hello, I'm an adult, so I should be able to work out my percentages, but I just can't. I don't know. I always have to look it up.
Yeah, I look it up. I don't know the math behind it.
What? So if it's like 25% off, Nicola, you wouldn't be able to work that out?
I Google what's 25% off of this much, honestly.
I do the same thing. Like if I'm cooking something and I'm like raw weight, and I'm like I know, so I'll be like raw weight 25% of 180 is Yeah. 135, by the way. Only because I've Googled that.
I'm a little bit surprised by a lot of these. I appreciate the honesty. If you have got one, 13 24 10, Nicola will give you a $50 Uber Eats voucher. Thanks for getting involved.
Oh, no way. Thank you.
That is all yours. We've got more of those to give away. So 13 24 10, what can't you do as an adult?
Kate in Sydney, what can't you do?
I can't do my times tables, and I run 2 businesses.
Dude, they are so hard.
Successful, if I can say myself.
Yeah,
but I can't do my times table.
Kate, do you have one of those little charts that you put on the back of the toilet door?
No, my daughter does though.
Well, I think you need to take some time in front of that, Kate. But surely you know your 5s and your 10s.
I think anything 2, 3, 4, 5 is pretty easy. And then when you get up to like even 6s, when you get up to the 7s, it starts getting a bit hard.
the 8s is where I get.
Honestly, I get panicked when people start don't throw them.
Is it really?
No,
7 times 7.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like. I lock up. It's like
I can see that.
Can I do an easy one for you?
I know, because then it's even more embarrassing when I don't know it.
5 times 7. These are 5s, man.
I don't know, bro.
All right, keep them coming through on 13
35.
20.
Natalie joins us now in Melbourne. What can't you do as an adult, Nat?
Not me, but my partner can't do a lot. He's 21 and can't ride a bike.
Oh, okay. Have you tried teaching him?
No, he never got taught as a child. And yeah, it was really random when I met him.
Yeah.
Just can't ride a bike.
Has he got any ambition to learn?
No, he doesn't even drive. He doesn't know how to drive.
Oh gosh,
either.
Nat, no! What is he doing?
Yeah, no,
he just flops around, and you have to take him everywhere.
Does he?
Uber.
He's not one of those guys that uses like an electric scooter, is he?
No, I haven't actually thought of that.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I would normally be like, haha, that's lame, but that's better than just having to drive him everywhere.
That sucks though, because I know that it's not super uncommon for people not to have their driver's license, but then to not know how to ride a bike, he's kind of got both bases covered.
Yeah, it's not like
you have to pick me up.
Don't worry, I'll just cycle there, but it's just like, no, you got to take me. If it's anything more than walking distance, he depends on you or Uber. Jazz in Sydney, you're an adult, but you can't do it.
I can't tell my left and rights apart without putting my fingers up in front of me.
Yeah,
Jazz.
And I get that. I do get that one.
What do you do that too?
Oh, you just sort of, if you're ever in doubt, you look down and that's right. L.
Wow.
There it is.
Oh my gosh.
I'd like to say I'm surprised, but
yeah, that's it. If you're in a forest and you're like, which way am I left?
If you're in a forest.
Most people, I suppose, would be trying to find north, south, east, west.
If you're in a forest, we got no hope.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.